Hello, thank you for joining us for Devotionables, brief devotions for busy people. My name is Gabriel. We are starting today in the book of Exodus. We're reading through the Bible, 260 in the most foundational chapters in the Scripture. We'd love for you to join us, and I hope you're on track. But maybe you got behind, and you're like, oh, no, you get caught up. Well, hey, start today with us in Exodus. Read through this most interesting, most amazing, and foundational chapter in the Bible, or book in the Bible. You think about just some of the ailments and grave diseases that inflict mankind. If I could cure any of them with a snap of a finger, it would be cancer. Cancer gone. We've healed it. It's brutal. I hate it. Second, closely to cancer, would be I would want to get rid of any type of dementia. Some of the Alzheimer's, other forms of dementia, memory loss, things of that nature. One of my great-grandmothers, she had a hard battle with Alzheimer's. I remember we would show up to her house and sometimes she would not recognize us and she could be agitated if we were there. And other times, we maybe just even we'd leave and come back a little bit later and she recognized us and it was such joy to be with her. But just think about how this robbed her of her joy and somewhat her personhood, this ugly illness of dementia and Alzheimer's. There's a spiritual dementia, Alzheimer's, that plagues each of us. God is constantly at work in our lives. Sometimes we can see it readily, other times behind the scenes, under the surface, but God is always at work for our good and His glory. He is the main character of the Bible. He is the main character in our lives. In Exodus chapter 1, coming right off the heels of Genesis, where God has saved a people, His people, Jacob's family, changed his name to Israel. 70 persons God saves. They went down. He sent Joseph on ahead. And through all of Joseph's turmoil and strife, He said that what you had intended for harm, God did for good, that many people might be saved. And that was His family, but also how God provided and saved for the Egyptians through the wisdom and the work of Joseph. God was at work and brought a great salvation. And here in Exodus chapter 1, verse 8, it says, "Now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph." The problem with forgetfulness. Because after this new king, this Pharaoh, is going to look out and in fear say, hey, there are so many Israelites. They are so strong and so mighty that if we would go to war, they would break out against us and join our enemies and defeat us. So therefore, let's oppress them. Let's enslave them. Let's use them for our good. Let's enrich ourselves off their backs. Let's oppress. They did not know Joseph. He forgot what Joseph had done for them, the people of Israel, and really what God had done through Joseph on their behalf. The problem with forgetfulness is we forget God. We forget how God has used others in our lives. We can grumble, complain, and we can do some grave evils against people when we forget. We forget God. In fact, if you think about Romans chapter 1, one of the charges that Paul lays out is that they did not honor nor give thanks to God, right? Since they forgot God. We live day to day like forgetting God. That was Pharaoh's initial sin, right? And it's a sin of unbelief. It's a sin of pride. And it led him to enact this sin of slavery and oppression against the Israelites and ultimately his hard heart toward the Lord. So maybe just in your own life you can consider, is there any area in my life where I'm forgetting God? Where I'm in danger of forgetting God? Maybe there's somebody in your life that God has used for your good, and maybe just don't forget them. And maybe a word of thanks. Say, hey, brother, thank you for honoring the Lord, of the Lord working through you for my good. Maybe just say a word of thanks to them, and obviously give thanks to the Lord. But watch out. We're all prone to this as humans. We have short memories. We're going to see it throughout this book even. But watch out. The sin of forgetfulness. It plagued Pharaoh. It got his whole nation off course. Well, God's blessings on you today.